Doing better this year doesn't require more willpower. It actually requires simply more clarity of purpose.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
We are absolutely honored that we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate for over 35 years and over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fund, build your fitness, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationship.
Are you kidding me? 35 years?
Well, it's actually more like 37, but I use the word
you must
over.
have been 10 when you got your real estate license.
Let's not get silly.
Come on.
What we're going to discover this time is how do we use flow as a decision filter? Why on earth do we care so much about flow this year in 2026?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about flow for a second, because people understand like water flow, right? Like if you turn on your tap and you have no flow, you have no shower, you have no tub, you have no washing dishes, right? You need flow. If you turn on the electricity, you need the flow of electrons to ignite the light, you know? So you need flow. And in your life, you need flow. How's that for a description?
I think it's fair. How do you think it is? Like, I think it's okay.
Well, it doesn't really describe what flow is.
No, it doesn't. So let's go a little bit better with
I
that.
think when you're in flow, you're able to move forward with your purpose and your values. I was going to say despite what's going on around you. So if the market is going down, doesn't stop you from doing what you have decided you're going to do, right? If prices have gone up, but you're in flow, you know where to find some that are lower priced, or you know how to make more money so that you're covered for those expenses. Whatever it is, you don't get stopped. When you're in flow, if the water's in a flow in a river and there's a rock there, what's it do? It flows around it or over it. And you can see that when we're going portaging, right? And sometimes we shoot the rapid instead of carrying the canoe.
I like shooting the rocket.
Yeah, which is a little less for me. I'm a little less adventuresome that way. But we can tell where the rock is, not because we can see the rock.
No, we usually can't see them at all.
But we can see the water flowing around it. And we follow that flow with
instead of running into the rock, which we have done once or twice.
That's the preference.
Yeah.
We haven't put a hole in the canoe yet, but
no,
that's good.
Others have. So there is a pain, though, because we often feel a fear of making a decision that might be wrong. So we actually create rocks.
Yeah, like paralyzing rocks?
Yeah.
Because of our fear of something? Yeah. Does that stop us from being in flow?
Well, if it stops you dead on, it does. It's like there was a whole row of boulders put across and now the water can't get around it. But really, that is what we sometimes do in life. Because we hear a horror story of somebody else that made a decision to purchase a home and it didn't go well for them. Yep. Right? Because there's lots of, the horror
job
stories.
Insecurity or whatever.
The horror stories are easier to find than the success stories because we tend to keep our successes to ourselves. We've had many clients that have thrived incredibly well through real estate investing, and they've come on the show and they've shared their stories. And we have many, multiple times more that when they're invited to come and share their success stories aren't comfortable because they really don't want anybody to know their business.
Yeah.
And yet, if we were sharing a horror story, they're out there all the time, everywhere. And so sometimes the sensationalization of something can cause us to feel fearful and actually stop the flow of wisdom, not because, and often it's not even 100% true. I mean, the problem is you don't know all the factors, right? Did they buy a home not pre-qualified? Did they not get an assessment on their home because now they decided maybe a new build was the answer, but it's not closing for 18 months. Did they get an understanding of where they stood financially? What was the future going to bring? Could they lock in an interest rate? I mean, there are a lot of questions. And I probably bombarded you with one or two too many that didn't already maybe make sense. However, the point is, if you're not sure, rather than letting that fear stop you needlessly, call for a clarity call. So we can unpack and explore what the real options are and what are the real concerns, and the real rocks.
I think the other reason we don't hear about the multiple successes, whether it's buying an investment property or just buying your first home or upgrading, from the one you're in to a bigger one, or downsizing, into a condo because you don't want to do the stairs in the country property anymore and your lifestyle is changing. Whatever the reason is, when those happen smoothly, which fortunately, like 98% of the time, we have enough knowledge and experience to make that move smoothly for you. It doesn't seem like a big deal. It just seems like normal. That's what you expected. It happened. So now that there's nothing really to talk about, right? It just happened because that was what the expectation was. Now, when it goes bad, that wasn't the expectation, right? So now we talk about it. Or the odd time when things go exceptionally well, like exceptionally well. Like, we sell a home and the seller says, "Oh, we love this young couple. We're going to leave them the lawnmower, the snowblower, the dining room table because we're not needing it where we're going." And they leave all kinds of extra bonuses. And sometimes that gets talked about because it's beyond what the expectation was.
Because what we do know, why I offered the clarity call, and all you have to do is go to dekkerteam.com and you will find clarity call action buttons and you can book your call right there. The reason a lot of people get lost and why I suggested the clarity call was because without guidance, a significant number of people, statistically, you can go do your own research. I couldn't put a number on it. The only thing I got was significantly poor decisions are made, or you stop altogether because you don't have the guidance that you need when you need it. And the idea with this guidance is guidance without pressure. We're okay whether you decide to stay where you are. We're okay if you decide to wait. We're okay if you decide to do it quick. We can actually move at your pace.
Yeah, I like to tell my clients that whether you buy something or not is not affecting whether I eat tomorrow.
People probably don't care whether you get to eat or not tomorrow, Ken.
Well, I'm just saying, there's no pressure, to buy or sell. We just want to give great advice. And, when we do that, what happens is the business just grows all
It does.
Yeah.
In what will happen when you do a clarity call is it helps clarify your direction without forcing an outcome.
And one more tidbit around flow. If you're a couple, there is no flow if one person doesn't have peace around a decision and the other one does. And that has bit us in the behind a few times. Personally, where you and I don't agree, especially on investments or something like that. I've grabbed it hook, line, and sinker, and you're going, there's red flags, danger, Will Robinson, right? And then we move ahead, or I say I move ahead without your approval. It's always gone bad. Always.
Well, pretty much. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, at least when you move together, you've got this. And that's what we always end with is thanks for joining us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward